Mr. Michael, are you on any drugs today or alcohol? Sure you understand what's going on, where you are?
Yes, Judge. I'm sitting on the edge of bed and I can sit up a little bit.
You're still what?
I'm sitting on the edge of bed. On the edge of a bed, I can sit up a little bit.
Okay, well, I'm just concerned about your slurred speech and your jerky movements there, that maybe you're under the influence of something.
Hard, I mean, but they actually, I did fall asleep, but I woke up before they came in here and told me I had to hurt.
I don't know that he's going to remember.
This guy shows up to court 2 hours late, clearly drunk, probably high, and acting like it's just another Tuesday. Believe it or not, 2 cops had to go to his house and physically wake him up because the judge was ready to slap him with a warrant like it was next day delivery. He strolls into the courtroom looking like he just crawled out of a dumpster fire. I don't know what he's on, but it's definitely giving gas station special. I mean, who shows up to court like that? Drop your guesses in the comments because I'm still trying to figure it out. Now, let's watch this legal train wreck unfold because trust me, it only gets wilder from here.
You're mumbled.
Is it working yet?
No.
I've been on since 3:30. I didn't know my video wasn't working.
It doesn't count if you're not there when I call your name. You owe those officers that came by your house a debt of gratitude, or you'd be sitting in jail.
Yes, ma'am.
You thank them for coming by and making that public service to you.
Yes, ma'am. We're working now, ma'am.
I'm serious, Mr. Michael. You owe those gentlemen some gratitude.
For sure.
If they hadn't been willing to go by your house and wake you up, I would have just issued bench warrants.
Hey,
All right, let's get
my
on.
video is working, isn't it?
Let's get on with the order of business here. You were supposed to be here at 1:30 and it is now 3:05, and you wouldn't even be here now if the officers hadn't gone to your house or wherever you are and woke you up. Apparently you're not at home.
Yeah, ma'am. Not until this court date, I hope.
Apparently they knew where to find you. So again, you're lucky in that respect. All right, we're going on the record now, sir. Are you awake?
Yes, ma'am.
Sure you understand what's going on, where you are?
Yes, Judge.
All right. We are on the record in 2023 CR 80 and 2023 CR 96, both captioned State of Kansas versus Jacob William Michael. The state appears by and through County Attorney Jill Gillette. Mr. Michael appears in person and pro se via Zoom. It is now 3:07 p.m. and he was to be here at 1:30. He called in and then apparently fell asleep and didn't answer. So the officers had to go by his home to try to find him, to wake him up.
Oh, okay.
Couldn't find him, so they went to another location he might be at, and they found him and woke him up. This was a public service the officers did. They didn't have to, but they have saved bench warrants for Mr. Michael. Mr. Michael, you need to pick a location, stay seated, and keep your camera on you, please.
But this dude is seriously giving me secondhand anxiety. The way he can't sit still for even a second is just wild. Let me know in the comments how drunk you think he is, because I genuinely don't think he's even going to remember being in this hearing tomorrow. Honestly, I can't tell if we're watching someone who's drunk, tweaking, or just stuck in a full-body glitch, like his brain's buffering mid-sentence. This is the kind of energy you'd expect from someone who tried mixing Four Loko with essential oils. And if you're trying to convince the court you're competent, maybe don't rock back and forth like you're on hold with customer service. In your own head. This man is somehow radiating pure Florida man energy in a courtroom, and I'm starting to think that should be its own felon.
Case, the state is charging you in count 1 with domestic battery that on or about the 22nd day of April 2023 in Greenwood County, state of Kansas, you did unlawfully and intentionally cause physical contact with a family or household member in a rude, insulting, or angry manner, the family member being this. Okay, keep your camera where I can see you, please. Thank you. Thank you. As charged, this is a Class B person misdemeanor. There is a mandatory must serve 48 hours in jail up to 6 months. There is a mandatory minimum fine of $200 up to $1,000. Now, the court can waive the jail time if instead you do a certified domestic violence offender evaluation by a certified evaluator and comply with all the recommendations of that evaluation. In count 2, sir, you're accused of disorderly conduct. The state is alleging that at that same date, you did use fighting words or engage in noisy conduct tending reasonably to arouse alarm, anger, or resentment in others, to wit, Aubrey Maxwell. This charge is a Class C misdemeanor. If convicted, you could serve another 30 days in jail and you could pay another fine of $500. In count 3, you're charged with criminal damage to property. The state is alleging on that same date, you did, by means other than fire explosive, either damage or destroy or deface or substantially impair the use of property, to wit, a cell phone, in which another, to wit, Aubrey Maxwell, had an interest without her consent, and that the damage you did was under $1,000. As charged, this is a Class B non-person misdemeanor. You could serve another 6 months in jail and pay another $1,000 fine. Mr. Michael, do you have any questions about these charges or their possible penalties that I could help you with today?
No, ma'am. I listened today. Or whatever. I mean, it don't mean anything. Just the other than I didn't understand what happened to. But no, ma'am.
Mr. Michael, are you on any drugs today or alcohol?
No, ma'am. I'm sitting on the edge of bed and I can sit up a little bit.
You're still what?
I'm sitting on the edge of bed. On the edge of a bed, I can sit up a little bit.
Okay, well, I'm just concerned about your slurred speech and your jerky movements there, that maybe you're under the influence of something.
Yeah.
I want to make sure you understand what you're doing today and what's being said.
Yeah, I do a lot there.
Okay, are the officers still with you?
I know they came hard. I mean, but they actually, I did fall asleep, but
This right here is the exact moment everything unravels for little Jakey. It's not even a secret. At this point, he's scratching his skin like he's got ants crawling under it. His eyes are bloodshot and he's twitching like his soul's trying to escape. I don't think it's alcohol. It's definitely giving something spicier. Drop your guesses in the comments because whatever this is, it's not over the counter. But here's the real question. Why didn't he even try to fake it? Like, turn off the camera, blame bad Wi-Fi, say your cat chewed through the Ethernet cable, literally anything. Instead, he's just sitting there looking like he lost a fight with his own bloodstream. Maybe in his head, he thinks he's acting normal, but let's be real, he looks like a deleted scene from The Walking Dead. Stick around because the judge is about to absolutely go off on him, and you don't want to miss.
All right, we're going to go on. In 2023 CR 96, did you say the officers were still there?
no, ma'am, they're not.
Okay. In 2023 CR 80, you're charged in that case. That's one we just did. Excuse me just a moment. I'm going to take just a brief recess.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, where did he go? Miss Gillette, do you want to unmute?
I don't know, Judge, but the officers are there outside his house, Phil.
Well, if he were in the courthouse in this condition, I would order him to be taken into custody and tested because I don't know that he's going to remember this hearing. So he's failing to appear. Can we just have him brought into custody and tested? And then if he's still, basically I'm issuing a bench warrant for his arrest. And if they'll bring him in and get him tested. And if he's sober, they can bring him back in front of me at the courthouse. If he's high, we're gonna have to wait until he comes out of it so that he'll know, because he's got to have a meaningful reading of rights and charges. And I just am afraid he's, like I said, not gonna even remember this hearing.
So you want a bench warrant with the UA ordered?
We may even need something stronger than that. We can start from you.
I'll call the officers and I'll get that done, Judge.
Okay, thank you.
Judge, he's on the phone and he's going to try to log back in.
Okay, well, I still want him to pick him up. So you say they're outside his house, just have him wait a minute, Missy, and don't tell him they're going to come in and get him because I don't want him to bolt on him. He's just not in any condition right now for first appearances. And he was ordered to be here.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm issuing a bench warrant for them to pick him up.
Okay. So do you want him to try to get back on or not?
No, he needs to be tested. I need to make sure he's sober enough to know what he's doing when we have these hearings. So, Miss Gillette.
All right, so the officers pulled up to wherever this guy was crashing and basically gave him a little time out in a jail cell just to sober up enough to form a sentence without chewing on it. I mean, they literally had to wake him up because he was late to his own hearing. You know you're on another level of delusion when the state has to send a wake-up call to your house just so you can show up to court and embarrass yourself properly. But honestly, I'm kind of shocked the officers didn't just arrest him on the spot. This dude was absolutely hammered on whatever cocktail of substances he was on, and I would not be surprised if this wasn't his first time pulling a stunt like this. He's got repeat courtroom disaster written all over him. And what do you guys think? Did the judge handle it the right way or go too easy on him? Because just from that one hearing, I can tell she's seen this guy before. In my opinion, she handled it perfectly. If you try to argue with this guy, it's just going to go in one ear and out the other. No amount of lecturing is fixing that train wreck. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want more courtroom catastrophes just like this one. Thanks so much for watching, and take